Hi, everyone. Super excited to talk to Edgar Berlanga. Edgar, I've seen you really busy since this past
Yeah.
weekend. Um, you know, obviously your social media and in person in Vegas, you've been pushing for that Canelo fight this September. Talk to me about how big this Mexico versus Puerto Rico fight can be.
Um, First and foremost, I want to thank you guys for having me on the platform. I think it's gonna be a big fight for 2024. Obviously I don't have a title. He's been holding the titles for already 4 years. Um, but for me, man, obviously that in boxing, Puerto Rico versus Mexico, that's always been a big thing, and it's always been in the history books when a Puerto Rican star fights a Mexican star. It's been going down in history for forever. So I think that just me and him would be a big fight for 2024. He's a Mexican superstar. I'm a Puerto Rican superstar. And, I feel like it just makes sense. I think the guys that's in the weight class, right now, you got Charlo, you got these guys, but I feel like nobody's gonna be interested in a fight like that. I think with me and him is gonna be a firefight. Especially me that I'm a knockout artist, and he does his numbers. He's a legend in the sport. So, I just think that it's gonna be something. It could be something big for 2024 and for boxing.
But definitely can't wait to find out what will happen in September. But I feel I got the sense because I was there in Vegas and I saw you talking to a lot of media. I got the sense that you feel sure or you feel confident that you will be the opponent in September. Do you know something that maybe we don't know?
As of right now, no. Obviously, we about to start getting the talks, but I think Canelo. I know I posted it up, and it was nothing but love. You know, his brother's a big fan of mine. So it's nothing but love and respect. People think that oh, he's doing it for a payday. I'm doing it for legacy. Obviously, there's never been a male champion or undisputed that's representing Puerto Rico. There's never been, and I could be the first one to ever do it. So for me, obviously, I'm chasing legacy before anything. And Yeah, man, if you really think about it, right, it makes sense because it's like, who's he gonna fight? He's not gonna fight Charlo. It's like Charlo's just going through what he's going through. He just got arrested and stuff, and then you got Benavidez where, Canelo wants 200 million, and we don't know if these guys want to pay that. And then you got a guy like Terrence Crawford that fights at 147, and he's gonna jump up to 168 to fight Canelo. Like it just doesn't make sense. And then he just fought Munguia. Bivol's in his lane, worrying about finding better beef. So when you all trickle it down, it's like who's the guy? Who's the guy that makes sense? For Canelo is me. I'm Puerto Rican. I'm a star. I got the biggest backing. I feel like in boxing right now, like as far as like with celebrities and just I got a big crowd, and obviously the most important thing, I got a country behind me, and it just makes sense. I'm his mandatory now, for the WBA, so everything just makes sense. What I'm saying, I don't see why not. It can't happen. Me and him has mutual respect for each other. I respect him, he respects me. Obviously, you've seen us when we shook hands and everything, we hugged. So for me, I think it just makes sense. And I'll say this humbly. I think it'll be an amazing fight for the sport.
You touched on a question that I wanted to ask you, because I asked Munguia leading up to the fight,
Yeah,
why fight Canelo? He's the golden ticket. There's various reasons why people want to fight him, and so I asked him, is it for your legend? Is it for money? What's the
yeah,
reason? And you touched on it yourself that
yeah.
for you, it's not about the money. It's about representing your island and for your legendary career. Talk to
Yeah,
me
for
about.
sure. That while we in the sport, that's why I don't care about like the fans and or like people on social media. People can't go up with social media. Like, you can have a fat guy that eats donuts and lives in his mom's house behind a page, writing negative comments. But when these people see me in person, it's all love and respect. So, I don't really go off the social media, and I hope that he doesn't go off the social media because at the end of the day, this fight is gonna sell. And it's about legacy, man. For me, like me becoming, undisputed world champion from Puerto Rico, representing my island. That right there is gonna solidify me sitting with the greatest coming out of Puerto Rico. Tito Trinidad, Miguel Cotto, Fernando Benitez, Macho Camacho, and the list goes on. the money's always gonna be there. I feel like I'm making enough money now, so it's like I'm not like dying for money. I'm a type of guy that I always got paid good. I always got paid seven figures. So I'm not worried about like, oh, the money, the money. Yeah, the money is something because it's gonna change my life. It's gonna change my family's life, and it's to that point. But at the end of the day, we chasing legacy. We want that bag, but also it's about legacy. It's about me. The day when I retire, that when my son is a man, he could be like, wow, my dad was a legend. So that's all I think about.
This past weekend, that promotion, besides what Oscar De La Hoya talked about, but besides that, it was a very calm promotion. Canelo mentioned that Munguia earned his spot there. Um, Becoming Canelo's opponent in September, do you feel that you have earned that position for September?
1,000%. If listen, man, like if you like if you're a boxing fanatic, right, or a person that loves boxing, they understand the sport. They know this is gonna be a big fight. Everybody knows it. You know what I'm saying? Obviously, you see me in the MGM Grand. You see me like I had a parade full of Mexicans, supporting me, going crazy. I ran downstairs. I was like, let's run downstairs. I had a speaker, playing the marachi, you know what I'm saying? Like, and people was going crazy, they was taking pictures of me everywhere. It's just insane, So obviously, just I don't have to talk about it anymore. Like, you seen what was going on, you seen, and I didn't even have to push for nothing. Like, it was just them that made it all happen, the fans. So just right there, man, it just goes to show you that that these people really want to fight. They were screaming, Berlanga, Canelo, Berlanga, Canelo. Like, I'm like, I don't even got to talk no more. Like, I did what I had to do. I showed face. I'm here, and I'm just showing you guys, like, look, this is what could happen. So now it's just up to them. That's what it comes down to.